what made you decide that this was the event that you wanted to get involved in?
Quite simply, I mean, I don't like running, so it's not for that, but I love Grief in Cancer, the charity. They scooped me up 13 years ago when the boys lost their mum, and they've been looking out for us ever since. So I don't know whether it's normal for people to make such a relationship with a charity that they feel like they want to keep giving back to them probably for the rest of my life, to be honest. So whenever these things come up, I'll always be there to support, really.
Why, Jeff? I mean, with Jade's passing, how did that affect you? How did that affect the children? Obviously, everybody's bereaved, but it obviously went quite deep for you now to regard this family, this charity as a family.
No, absolutely. I think it's for anyone that loses, whether it's a parent, whether you're losing anyone, to be honest, Eamon, you're in crisis. You're in absolute chaos. And it's not a time for really sitting there and kind of thinking logically and rationally about your future and what the plan is. So without people with that prior experience and knowledge to come along really and offer counselling and offer their services, to be able to just hold space for you, because you're not going to get it after 1 or 2 sessions. It's something that takes, ask anyone who's bereaved. It takes years to find your feet again, or to even feel like you're sort of even halfway there. So, no, without Grief Encounter, I guess I wouldn't have done the job that I think I've done with the boys. And, we have so much to be grateful for. And that's why I'll always fundraise for them.
Jeff, such an amazing attitude, and, so many people always so impressed with how you handled the whole thing so publicly as well. Just tell us a little bit about what your sons say about the charity. Presumably they benefited a huge amount as well after losing their mum from the support of the charity.
Yeah, the boys have done lots of things for Grief Encounter as well. Bobby actually ran with me last year. He's not able to do it this time. So they understand about the fortunate position, and it sounds strange for me to say the fortunate position, but the fortunate position they're in, where they have the ability to give back, and they enjoy doing things like that. On Sunday, I hosted a walk and talk event where 80 people came along on Mother's Day, and it wasn't just for mums that were here that we could celebrate, but it was actually, more indicative for the boys, really. It was about the mums that had maybe lost children. It was about people that had lost their mums. It was about mums that didn't have their children, they'd lost them at any stage. And I'm proud to do those things, and I'm proud that the boys want to be a part of those things, because I just think that makes us fairly decent human beings, and that's what, as parents, we're all looking to raise, isn't it?
And I think absolutely brilliant in that human way, just realising the significance of Mother's Day for those whose mothers are no longer with them, and for you to be able to recognise that. When you run around London on this half marathon, what will you see, my friend?
Well, look, you'll see a little bit of everything, all the landmarks. That's why they call it London Landmarks, apparently. And yeah, do you know what? I'm going to be seeing a lot of the floor, and I'm going to be doing a lot of heavy breathing. But I've been out, as you can see. There is some proof. Look, that's the last one that Bobby and I had done with my friend Sean, who, as you can see, lost both of his legs. And if he can run it, and if I can kind of toe along in his weight, in his path, he struggled with the cobbles. It's really interesting when you run it with someone who runs from a completely different perspective. It makes you firstly appreciate your ability to put one foot in front of the other, but also that for anyone without their legs running on blades, as amazing as the technology is, cobbles were an absolute nightmare for him. So I think that's why I mentioned it straight away.
Avoid the cobbles.